Warning, this review contains sexually explicit material. I might even read aloud a sex scene. So, Mom, Dad, stop watching. Also, anyone else who is offended by sexual content, then just stop watching right now. Thanks! Hey everyone, welcome to Lovers Quarrel's YouTube channel. My name is Kara Skinner. Today we're going to be reviewing In Debt to the Enemy Lord by Nicole Locke. Let's see what it's all about. Onwen, bastard of Brynmore, has fought hard to find her place in the world, but she's forced to rethink everything when she's saved from death by her enemy Teague, Lord of Gwalchu. Instead of releasing her, he holds her captive. Teague trusts no one, so with anonymous messages threatening his life, he must keep Onwen under his watch, no matter how much her presence drives him wild. And when passionate arguments turn to passionate encounters, Teague must believe that the strength of their bond will conquer all. So, main character, Onwen. She was really cool. She's very strong, she's sarcastic, and she keeps pushing for answers, which Teague is not giving her. So, like, when she's first getting there, she's wondering why he's not going to let her go. She wants to leave for many reasons, but mostly to protect her sister, also because she hates Teague's guts, which is understandable. And he's just not answering her, so she questions him about it and doesn't stop. She wasn't, weak. Her reservations about Teague were a little frustrating. Even after she found out about his past and that he wasn't the great traitor that she thought he was, she still did not want him to be a part of her life. And, that's a bit frustrating. Because, her things about him was she didn't want to be under rule of, this oppressive lord or anything. Or, somebody who was mean and domineering. But the thing is, he wasn't to her. He was pretty nice to her, yeah, he was demanding, but most of his demands were purely for her protection. And that was it, he didn't really demand much else. And she, kept accusing him of being, this abusive person. It's he's not. And it was really weird, and I know she has her own emotional baggage and stuff, but it was so strange, and, it was very irritating that she kept making him out to be, this villain and stuff, when he wasn't. Teague, actually, was pretty cool, too. Don't get me wrong, it sounds like I'm painting Teague in a really bad light, since I like Onwen so much for resisting him, but, Teague was pretty cool. He's got some issues, sure, but he's had a tough life. He's dealing with an aunt who hates him and has epileptic. He's dealing with an aunt who has epileptic fits. I mean, they don't call it epilepsy, but it's epilepsy. It's not devil's blood. And part of his character is that he doesn't love, he doesn't trust anybody. It's great. Except his brother. He does trust his brother. Which made me think his brother was behind all, the bad shit happening. So, I really didn't see the ending coming. But as much as I liked both Onwen and Teague, I did not like them together. They had some sexual tension at first, sure. But, it got enforced really fast. Teague, who is very anti-love, and suddenly he, completely falls head over heels for Onwen, out of the blue. How does that happen? It doesn't. When it came to Onwen, it's all of his baggage was gone. And, sure, she still had baggage, so it wasn't they were both hypnotized, but for fuck's sake, did he drink a love potion? Why? The two of them together were just not that great, and I felt, so disappointed. Because I was, expecting, this huge, epic, not even, an epic love story, but I was expecting a love story. Sure, he lusted over her. And then, it became love. What the hell? For fuck's sake. And on top of that, the sex scenes were kind of weird. They really were. I usually like sex scenes. Not gonna lie. Love sex scenes. But these ones were weird. Not kinky weird, and I just did not know what was going on, and what was going on was not sexy. Here's an example. Onwen, what do you do? What you did to me in the hut when you kissed me, is that not right? It's what I want to do. His dark eyes, darker yet, were unfathomable, consuming. She saw more of that longing she sensed in him when he held her, but it was sharper now, urgent, as a fist curled at his side and his leg twitched as if he might spring out of the bed, or onto her. How could I? His eyes lost their focus as he gave a harsh breath and looked away. Refuse. Oh, Teague's brother Rain, it was pretty nice. I kind of liked him more than Teague in some ways. He had this baggage, and I would have found it way more believable for him to have fallen in love with Anwen than Teague, because he was more trusting. I mean, Teague just doesn't trust anybody, so it doesn't make sense that he fell in love with Anwen. And when he did, it came really fast. Like, sure, he's not going to leave her to die in the woods because he's not a dick, but he goes to her room at night and he, like, watches over her while she sleeps. He cares for her as she gets fever. Like, he does all this stuff for her and, like, doesn't really think about it or, like, say much aside from the fact that he's lonely. And it's a bit weird, bit creepy, not gonna lie, but it makes no sense either. He thinks that she's his enemy and, like, that she's behind all the harassment and stuff. And at the same time, he's falling in love with her. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe because of her good looks. Who knows? She seemed to have an angelic aura for some reason. Don't really know what that's about. Both Teague and Rain kind of commented on it. I'd give this book about, like, 3 out of 5 stars, I guess. Because it wasn't horrible. It's certainly not the worst romance I've read in a long time. It's actually a lot better than one of the romances I'm reading right now. But, it wasn't great. I did not expect the ending at all. Like, that was a surprise to me. I only kind of figured it out, like, about 3/4 of the way. And, like, instead of, like, right at the beginning. Because, like, so for, like, the first 3/4 of the book, I was, like, completely stumped on who the bad guy was. And then, like, I figured it out 3/4. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. But it took me a while. Props to Nicole Locke for that. Because I did not figure that out. However, I feel like I should have. I don't know if I was off my game or what, but I feel like I should have figured that out. So I don't know if it was really a surprise to most people, like it was for me. So I hope you guys liked this review. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you later. Bye.